Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam. Today I am playing with a very strange deck. It is evocative of old Abzan Company or Pod in that it has these cool combos of Viscera Seer. Although this one is using Safi Eriksdottir and Renegade Rallier. It is definitely a deck built around abusing Renegade Rallier. It does it very well. Most of the creatures are 2 or less converted mana cost, so they can be returned by it. We're going to hope to really generated a lot of value that way. This hand is awkward because of the combination of basic forest and double Tidehollow Sculler, but given that we can play Jace on 2 and Seer on 1, I think that's a reasonable start here, and should be able to find the second colored mana we need. We'll probably just get Watery Grave off this Delta, so we need to find a white source. So I'm going to keep this. It's a little slow to be on the draw here, but our deck is not the fastest. Only 4 mana creatures in the list. Birds of Paradise. No nobles to be found. Oh, well, now our hand could be anything. Okay, let's see what we have now. Oh, we lost our only relevant land. Well then, at least they're not hollow-oneing us, so I guess that's nice. Yeah, drew into a bird and an image and a gifts, discarded the bird image delta, so we just replaced our best card in our hand with a completely dead one. Okay, that cannot find Watery Grave, which is the land we wanted. We drew the fetch land that does not align with blue or black. So the question is, do we want to play Viscera Seer this turn or Jace next turn? And I believe the answer is Jace next turn. Viscera Seer is not a... it's not pressing to get Viscera Seer onto the battlefield as early as possible. It usually does its work once you've already established some things. Whereas Jace definitely wants to get onto the battlefield quickly. And Inquiry has gotten us very close to flipping it. Faithless Looting or another Inquiry. They did discard an Inquiry to theirs. Yeah, Looting. Honestly, I'd rather see them play another Inquiry. Looting here is going to let them put whatever they didn't discard to the Inquiry in the graveyard. Because their discards weren't great. They discarded 2 major threats in Flameblade Adept and Gurmag Angler. There's a Phoenix. Now we should... Ooh, just another Adept. Okay. So still no Hollow One or Angler. That's nice. But they probably have like a Goblin Lure and they're looting in hand. I guess they can go 3rd land, flashback the one in the graveyard too. They still have some options. But this is going to find Hallowed Fountain, so we get our blue mana, and we're at least halfway to Tidehollow Sculler. And probably just play a Jace this turn. Blood Artist, also not a good one. Definitely need to find black mana soon. And really hoping this Jace lives. Not a lot of interaction in these Hollow One decks. Main deck, it's usually 4 bolts and maybe a Collective Brutality. But all of those do handle Jace, and they've discarded no copies of those cards to their 2 looting effects. What is this? Another looting. Okay. Still not out of the woods on a removal spell here. They would definitely loot first. Discarding 2 Bloodghast. That is not great. Especially if our Jace dies, we're going to be in trouble. Yeah, definitely expect the land here. They still don't have a 4-power creature because looting only makes Adept 3 power. So they can not return the Phoenix they put in their graveyard last turn quite yet. But if they have a Street Wraith... is this the Brutality? No, making 2 red mana. Okay, Goblin Lore. That's fine. They discard a Lightning Bolt, so they must not have had that bolt. I imagine they would kill Jace over casting that Goblin Lore that turn. Especially because next turn they'd be able to Goblin Lore plus return Phoenix. But I guess they wanted to get aggressive. Makes sense. Oh, and they discarded another Phoenix. So 2 cards in hand. Hopefully they can't return these Phoenixes because we're taking a healthy chunk here from just the Adept. And they have 2 Bloodghast to attack next turn. Okay, so we're at 13, and we do get to untap with Jace, and we find a source of black mana, which is nice. So I have a couple options. Really, my options on this turn are about how to play my Jace. I can activate it now, and it will transform, and I can plus probably on a Bloodghast, and hope it lives. And my Sculler should help it live by taking a some sort of looting effect. They'll probably just flashback the looting in their graveyard. That will give them 5. And yeah, Jace Telepath I'm going goes to 6. The benefit of looting now is I could find a less painful source of black mana. The Strand is going to put me to 10. I could also find a Birds of Paradise that I would love to play here. The other option is to pass the turn and use Jace as a blocker and transform it after blocks. That would allow me to even, say, Tide Hollow Sculler block the double block the Adept. Trade for that. I think, though, what I really want to do is see their hand first before making that decision. So I'm going to forego the possibility of finding a less painful source of black mana. There aren't many in the deck. There's only 2 more Deltas and then other shocks. I guess there's 2 Swamps. That would be the big win. I guess I can only get Gauntlet Shrine. So let's do that. And play Tide Hollow Sculler. Yeah, they do have another looting in their hand. We'll definitely get rid of that. They can keep the Phoenix. And now that they're unlikely to be able to kill my Jace, I think I'll activate now. Because I'd actually like them to start attacking it. This is not a particularly good draw. How do I quickly assemble a combo? Is there a way that I can set up a combo with Gifts Ungiven? I get Safi, I get Renegade Rallier, but I don't have something else to go with it. I really need to draw a Renegade Rallier. I imagine that the second Viscera Seer is the most expendable card here, but maybe it's actually this other Tide Hollow Sculler. I guess if they drop to 2 and they flashback looting, they probably have 2 cards. I might Sculler them next turn too. And I think the second Viscera Seer is the most expendable. So let's plus on a Bloodghast. I really wanted to find a bird there potentially, so I guaranteed 4 mana for this Gifts Ungiven, because I think firing that off as quickly as I can is our best bet here. Oh no, they drew Lightning Bolt. That's no bueno. Yep. So now they'll definitely discard the Phoenix in their hand and keep the best of the top 2. They discard another Phoenix. So all 4 Phoenixes in the graveyard right now. Let's see what the other card is. Street Wraith would be the best for them, because I would get the Adept to 4 power and let them return a Phoenix. They could kill Jace, deal me 2, or just bring me to 2. My guess is they just attack me. Yeah, not surprising. With me at 10 life. So I cannot Gifts here and manage to stay alive because I have no board. So that's unfortunate. I also can't find black mana without going to 2, and that doesn't really help me. Oh, we're definitely plussing there. And I guess we Sculler. Yeah, they have a land in hand. Not surprised. Oh man, I'm. They flash back the Faithless Looting, force a block on the other Bloodghast. I go to 2. Then I can get another. I can't get another Black Source because the only one I could find off of the last one was Godless Shrine. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. I'm dead to a Street Wraith because that returns Phoenix. I don't think there's a sequence of draws that gets me out of this. That basic Forest early just like put me off so much. And I just not having an accelerant on the draw, but there aren't many. I guess you really need Renegade Rallier. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan my hand because the mana was awkward. Don't know. But I do not see a way out of this. I guess if I draw Renegade Rallier, I can image it and get something else back, and then maybe get something going. So maybe I'm not supposed to crack this fetch, because I don't think playing 2 Blood Artists does anything. Oh, they found the Street Wraith. Now they just play a land. I mean, they discarded the Foothills they had, but I assume they kept another land. Yep. Sure, and the Hollow one that plays around a removal spell. I'm dead. But had we found Renegade Rallier, maybe we could have done something. So, what do we want in this matchup? Anafenza seems good. Scavenging Ooze seems good. Echoing Truth might be good. What cards are bad? Maybe that's a better place to start. Gifts into Elesh Norn seems great. Basically stops everything they do. Kind of think Tidehollow Sculler is one of our weaker cards. Even though they don't have a lot of actual removal for it, we need things that do affect the battlefield well in this matchup. So I'm going to cut Sculler. I also kind of want to limit my number of black cards to make my mana better. 2 basic swamps is so weird. That is weird text on that card. What else am I cutting? Is Reclamation Sage good to deal with Hollow One? I don't think I win the game by incremental valuing them. I think I win the game by going over the top of what they're doing. So Gifts and Burial Rites is really good. So I want to leave in all my acceleration. Am I ever going to be assembling the weird loops with Blood Artist, or is my backup plan actually valuing them? Because assembling those combos in time seems rather difficult. Jace also doesn't seem that good in this matchup. It's just pretty slow. We saw it there on turn 2, flip turn 3, and it just didn't do anything. Maybe Rally is also slow. This is 59 cards. And And now my opponent disconnected. I think I'll just leave in a Jace. I don't really want this interaction. Interacting with the graveyard's fine. Ooze also gets like really big. It can handle itself on the ground. Maybe the Anafenza actually isn't very good. Like by the time you Anafenza them, it's going to be... Yeah, I just don't think this card comes down fast enough to really affect the game. Oh, no. I don't think we submitted in time. Submission received. Okay, we did it. I would like to play first. My opponent is disconnected, which is weird. I don't think I've ever seen someone disconnect in sideboarding. But let's take a nice long look at our hand. Another awkward one, because we have 3 non-fetch lands to go with our 2 Renegade Ralliers. But we do have Viscera Seer, so I guess by carving Viscera Seer into Blood Artist, we at least turn our Ralliers into 3 mana 3/2s that scry 1. And we should draw other things to go with them. I'll keep this. This at least gets onto the board somewhat quickly with Seer and Blood Artists, and we can use that to stave off some of their aggression and hopefully use the Scries to set up better draws. We are missing blue mana for Gifts Ungiven. But we do have... So we really need to find the Safi. So maybe we end up holding one of... Okay, they're back. They mulled 6. Maybe we end up holding one of these Renegade Ralliers for if and when we find a Gifts Ungiven. I can see that. Kind of want... what is the 2-minute? 1/1. That mills 4 and you get a land. Satyr Wayfinder. I kind of want Satyr Wayfinder in this deck. They scry to the top, so let's play our Swamp and our Seer. And see if we go on another Burning Inquiry ride. Maybe I was supposed to play Godless Shrine because of Burning Inquiry. Yeah, that could have been a mistake. Let's see if we get punished. Lightning Bolt my Seer. Well, that makes my Ralliers kind of weak. Yes. Means I probably keep a fetch land in my hand on top. Yeah. I'm going to top this. It also finds blue mana, which I like. So we're going to probably find... I guess playing Temple Garden just leaves our options up, but we can find Breeding Pool or Hallowed Fountain. We probably want to find Breeding Pool with the Godless Shrine in hand. So, got our Blood Artist down. Let's see what they have on turn 2. Maybe a Goblin Lore. Maybe a Burning Inquiry. They just didn't want to discard the Bolt. Okay, they have another Bolt. That's fine. Let's target them. Even up these life totals a bit. I'm at it. So it's either looting... Oh, it is Inquiry. Well, I drew 1 Rallier and discarded 2 and didn't discard this Elesh Norn, which is kind of a tilt. And they got a hollow one. So, I also found blue mana, so this can just find a basic. I guess it'll find plains. They have an extra green and an extra white, but what do I have more desired to play? I'll just get a plains. So, not the best of starts for us. I'm going to get back the Viscera Seer and pass the turn. Maybe our plan is to try to now turbo out this Norn. There's not a lot of acceleration to hardcast it. Do I just double block this hollow one? They've already used 2 bolts. They have a 3rd one here. No, Faithless Looting. Discard 2 Bloodghasts. Well, they are down to 1 card in hand, but they now have Looting in the yard. I do think I just trade for this hollow one. Yep. This game is all about getting to Elesh Norn at this point. That's all I have. We're not under a ton of pressure. Would have been really nice to have that Blood Artist around, though. Gifts Ungiven? Okay, on Burial Rites. If I can draw a fetch land, that'll be quite good. If I draw a fetch land, I get back Renegade Rally or return a fetch land and then Norn the next turn. And have a 3/2 blocker. So I just need to draw a fetch land. Or have them cast another Burning Inquiry, and then I can discard the Elesh Norn. That would be nice. That would be fantastic. And, yeah, flashback the looting. Seems like they... I guess it doesn't matter if they do it. Main 1, Bloodghast don't have haste yet. Okay, so they keep 2 spells. I guess they're probably just keeping up land in their hand in case I deal with Bloodghast. Well, this will set up the Unburial Rites for next turn. I can sack the Viscera Seer on my up. I guess I will just draw first. Because I just need to find a 7th land at this point. Yeah. But we're looking good. We're going to take 4 here, and then we're going to have a creature in play next turn to block. Maybe 2 if we draw a fetch land. So I don't see how we die. Oh, that's definitely a way to die. They've got something back for it. But let's go to our turn. Okay, that is not a land. That is also not a land. I definitely got to bottom that. And let's Unburial Rites a Renegade Rallier. And do I want to get the Heath or the Godless Shrine? Probably just the Shrine. And not pay life. Now I'll pass. As long as we draw, don't die this turn and draw a land next turn. Oh god. Well, now we get the Norn. We were finding lands, but now we can just Unburial Rites the Norn. But we might be dead. Because this is already 7. They did discard a Lightning Bolt, so... or not 7 yet, it's 6. But they found a Phoenix, so this is 8. So we are dead to the 4th Lightning Bolt. I guess, yeah. We are forced to block here. They have 1 bolt in their deck, we're going to 2. Declare attackers, that's good. Block here. I guess we're also dead to Collective Brutality. And we discarded all our spells, so we just have to attack them for 4 a bunch. They have maximum time. They found a hollow one. That's fine. Our Elesh Norn contains that. Okay, well, I'm going to want to image early before their stuff dies. I think I just want a Flamewake Phoenix, and so I can start attacking. So let's do that. Let's copy Phoenix. Unburial Rites the Elesh Norn. And I guess we can play a land and mush for 4. Now we have I guess it's going to be a 3-turn clock because they can chump. I guess I did put myself vulnerable to a Gurmag Angler here, because I only have the 1 blocker. Maybe I was supposed to copy something that isn't forced to attack. Just copy Hollow One and have a 6/6. I just really wanted to kill them quickly. Okay. Well, that lowers the clock actually by a turn. Yeah, they're just digging. But I really think if they brick this 1 turn, then Gurmag isn't a problem. Don't think they bricked. Think they're just deciding how to dredge. They found a Tassiger. No, that counts too. Oh, this might have been a misplay on my part. Draw something good. Just any creature. Oh no! We drew another land. Oh, any creature, and we're in good shape. Literally any creature at all. Or Gifts Ungiven. Basically any spell in our deck. Even Birds of Paradise. Perfectly fine. Birds of Paradise would have been bigger than Hollow One. But, yeah, maybe it was a mistake to play the Phoenix. But pressuring them against the other outs they have in their deck, Bolts and Brutalities, was pretty relevant. They only have, what, 2 other Delve creatures. Sometimes they board 1 or 2 out. And I have so many outs to beat a Delve creature. Kind of think it was still right. Sure. Exactly dead. That's a frustrating game. Was my top card. I bet it was great. Yep. That would have been... Yeah, that's just the same as any other creature. But any non-land card in our deck, it would have been perfectly fine. And I had, how many lands are in this deck? Let me pull up the list. Yeah, 22, and we had 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out, so there's 12 left in our deck and 40 cards. So we have 40, 56, 70%er. Yeah. Sometimes it goes that way. Yeah, I think cutting him off of the sure thing outs for a couple turns, or for a turn. I guess they can also somehow find a way to play a Hollow One in those turns. Maybe the threat of Hollow One plus Tassiger or plus Delve threat being lethal means I should just have a different creature in play. Yeah. I guess the fact that they have Hollow One and Delve creatures, so that's 4 up to 4 possible things. I'm usually, when you're trying to fade the top of your opponent's deck, I'm usually in favor of getting pretty aggressive to cut them off of draws. But opening up some other draws while you're doing so, and then it gets tricky. They'd already gone through a lot of their outs. Maybe they don't have brutality in their list. We never saw it. It's tough to say, especially when you don't know their exact list or how they sideboarded. And you know, I got burned. Deck is definitely clunky. Drawing the Elesh Norn was not great. Both inquiries were definitely pretty poor for us. One of them discarding all our spells when we no longer needed a land, and the other one discarding multiple Renegade Ralliers, which is one of our best ways of getting onto the battlefield and stemming some of the pressure. All we really needed was another life point to be in that game, and just didn't have it. So, or a spell, like very, very close to winning that game, and things just didn't quite come up our way. But, you know, that's how Magic goes, and hope you enjoyed watching it anyway, and you can come back and see me on Friday. Bye.